What's up, everyone? Welcome to the
Bum,
podcast. How long did you have planned to do that?
Exactly 1 second.
Wow. Dang. Well, welcome to the podcast. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm just trying to get by.
rascal.
I'm just trying to get by because, there's cheaters literally everywhere, all at once, at all times.
Everywhere, everything everywhere, all at once is Cheaterville.
Have you seen all the Twitter drama?
Oh, the Battlefield 6 stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that was actually something that I kind of alluded to a little bit. Maybe at the end of the last episode.
Yeah.
I had said I had seen a bunch of clips on Twitter that were just blatant cheating.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm I couldn't remember who it was. I don't remember if it was the one that has been the
Went
one that's
viral,
been going
yeah.
viral, which is, I guess it's like a VTuber.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Riley? Is that the name?
I think so. Something like that, yeah.
Not like the Tarkov.
Not Rilo.
Yeah, not Rilo.
Riley.
But anyway, that's been just blowing up, and bro, it's I'm so I'm in hell. I'm in hell. There's so many aspects of this from every single possible angle that physically gives me pain.
Yeah.
So the first stage of this whole thing is that someone posts a clip of them playing, even if legit, effectively indistinguishable to normal people as an aimbot, right? That's the whole point. You're posting it because it looks like an aimbot.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So when people are like, "What the fuck are you cheating for?" What?
Yeah.
Me? What do you mean? It's you know what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get it. But at the same time, if people play like that legit, then that's just the gameplay, right?
Yeah.
Now I fully admit that I only ever watch the real aim pro high level folks. I've only ever really watched them in CS:GO.
Yeah.
And in CS:GO, it's nothing like when you watch COD or Battlefield or Apex Legends, because those guys are going.
Yeah.
CS:GO, the fucking recoils all over the place. You're basically going headshot, one tap, headshot, one tap.
Yeah, it's more about one taps. Yeah.
So, maybe I'm a fucking boomer who's out of the loop. When I see the montage from that Riley guy, I admit my initial impression is this is blatant cheating.
Yeah.
Now,
which once again, to your point, was the point of the clip.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I also know enough to know that my initial impression is very often the thing that's trying to be baited out of me, whether it's rage bait, whether it's whatever. So I reject being a reactionary.
Yeah.
And retweeting it and being this is very obviously a blatant cheater,
Yeah.
But also I recognize the limits of my knowledge and my experience.
Yes.
And, so maybe that's where the top level players are in these kinds of games.
Yeah.
And some of the things that I initially thought were kind of indefensible.
Mm-hmm.
The moment you pump the brakes, and I think maybe, did we talk on the Patreon podcast or the last week's podcast about the whole bear chased away by the Pomeranian?
Oh, I think that was on the Patreon, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that whole thing, I instantly thought this is a fucking deep fake or AI generated or whatever. And then I came to the conclusion after looking into it, I'm oh no, this is actually legit. And I figured out the weird roundabout sort of explanations for all of the things. The same thing could be said for the situations in this video that initially to me were like, when someone is going bang, 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 and then flips around and it's like directly on a wall, and then they strafe out to the right and there's a person there. It's like,
yeah,
9 out of 10 people will go completely blatant, dude. What the fuck? Like, obviously he's cheating.
Yeah.
Now, the first thing I do is I look up at the radar and I see, like, what information could this guy have? Could it be audio? Could it be footsteps?
Yeah.
COD 4, I could do that.
Yeah.
If I hear behind me, I could turn around. Now, in every example I saw, there was a big red dot on the, someone shooting basically on the radar. Yeah. So it could very well be that they're spraying, they're looking in the corner of their eye, they see a dot, and they flick around towards the dot without awareness of like the map geometry to realize like there's something there.
Yeah.
So like, okay, that's justifiable. Then there was another one where, and it was like, there's like 9 layers of confusion because the clip was basically a guy like running into smoke, and you see he like sprays through the smoke and you just see the hit marker. He kills the guy, and that's like, okay, you're just kind of tracking sort of, the guy. But then it's like hit marker kills the guy, then flicks to the left in the smoke, hit marker kills the guy. And it's like, so, of course, people are instantly responding and going like 43 seconds into the video. How do you fucking explain that? And he's like, I literally saw the guy. And everyone's like, yeah, nice try. We're not talking about that guy. We're talking about this guy. The thing is that he very easily could have literally seen that guy too, because as he swings out, you can see the first guy run into the smoke, and then he like kind of turns and another guy runs in and he starts shooting the first guy. But at this point, if you have game sense and like you have like object permanency, you recognize that just because you can't see a thing doesn't mean it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
He probably just says, there's another guy in there. I didn't see a kill in the kill feed. Like maybe he's still there. You start shooting. You see a hit marker. You just keep shooting. Those guns don't seem like they have any fucking recoil. Most of them.
Yeah. I don't know what he was using in that, because some of them definitely do. But some of them are much more controllable.
So it's like there are, examples where at first blush, they look absolutely absurdly obvious.
Yeah.
You dig into them a little bit deeper, and it's like, oh, that has a not unreasonable justification.
Yeah.
Like a human, maybe a high-level human explanation.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think like I just find it hilarious because, it was like at a macro level, it was extremely successful at what it was supposed to be doing, which is like getting a shit ton of attention on the internet. So it's like almost talking about it, I feel icky because I'm giving it what it wants. But yeah, no, it's like, I just don't, I don't know. I don't want to say I don't care and put off a vibe that it's like, yeah, people cheat, I don't even care. Like, that's not it. It's that I track with every single thing you said. It's like, people want the black and white. People want a smoking gun. They want there to be like certain moves, a 360, snap or a 180 snap to someone, or a this or that. And you can track that in Tarkov too. Like they want a thing where it's like a great, like, oh, in Tarkov, it's like hours. If it's sub 200 hours, you're a cheater. And it's like, and even if that's true, let's say 79% of the time, like even if that's true, like let's just like give the benefit of the doubt. That means like 21% of the time, a cheater like threw a random grenade because he was scared for his life and it landed between your legs, and then you checked it and you were like, fuck that, whatever. And it's like, and so the whole point of this is like, people want to get better. There's always people that will like spend 10,000 hours in aim trainers, like wanting to get better, right? Like they want to raise their skill, and cheaters are always trying to figure out how to like cheat without getting detected, which is like, you saw the increase of like soft aim locks, You know, back in the day, it was like a real binary. It was like ding, 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 ding. But now, like, it'll get you there, you know, within a range. You might overshoot or undershoot and be cheating because it's a softer lock because they want it to appear more natural. So that means that there is an intersection where a person can achieve this level of skill and a cheater can be living in this world such that they don't get banned. And that coexisting means that, like, you're going to have legit people that look like they're cheating and you're going to have cheaters that kind of look legit. And so it's like, I don't know. It's just not that simple. You know what I mean? Like, I have no desire to, like, and I'm not even saying if you, not like you, Veritas, but like if you wanted to go into it and frame by frame it and do all that kind of stuff to, like, try and prove, like, cool, like, all for you. But to me, it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, we've seen that more and more with, like, you know, the community I'm in is the Tarkov community. So it's like, this is happening everywhere. But I'm sure, which is that just like the barrier for, like, the accusation is lower and lower. Now, I don't want to belittle people who accuse, because when I saw the clip, my reaction was 100% like, this dude's cheating his ass off. You know what I mean? But it's just, I don't know, if somebody was like, bro, we freaking have his physical PC, it's totally fine. I'd be like, cool, man. I don't care. Like, I just don't care deep enough. I don't hold that belief strongly enough that, yeah, like, there could be a perfectly reasonable explanation for every single thing. Because, once again, people want to get better. I've seen Desmond in, like, Rust is a game with, or at least it used to be, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they changed it, and there's Bloom now. I don't know. At one point, Rust was a game with, like, perfectly, like, the recoil pattern was the same every time.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I don't know what that's called. I've seen Desmond messing around in like firing range servers in Rust, and it's like, it looks like that dude is cheating his dick off like 100%. But he spent 10,000 hours in Rust, you know, mastering those recoil patterns and dialing his sense in. So it's like, I've seen that. I've seen people at a high level really go sicko mode. So I don't know. It just,
yeah. I mean, like,
it simply is. That's my opinion of it. You know?
The worst part of
exists.
it is both sides just gaslighting each other constantly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you know, just saying that X Pro does this, this person does this. I don't know. They aren't cheating.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, unless I can do it, or unless I can see someone do it in real life in a way that I'm extremely confident, it's going to be like, magicians don't go on stage and do shit that they aren't expecting will blow people's minds, and that the people know how they're gonna, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So,
and that's such a great example because, like, and that's such a great example because what this is like a magician filmed the YouTube video of them doing a magic trick and posted it on YouTube or Twitter. And then 200,000 people commented up. 100,000 of them said, I'm a magician. I'm a pro level magician that's performed in Vegas. This is Photoshop. This isn't a real magic trick. This person's a phony and a fake. The other 100,000 people are saying, I'm a magician with a prolific career. I've performed in Vegas. This is 100% legit. You're all lying. Like, if you look on Twitter, there's 300,000 CS pros because everyone in the comments is like, I went pro in X game. This is legit. I went pro in X game. This is totally cheating. It's like,
or I'm an ex-cheat developer.
Yeah, I wish
and this
I
is
could,
definitely legit.
Like,
I'm an ex-cheat developer. This is
completely
definitely
independent of if Riley is cheating or not. I would love to tap into like the cosmic, like I just want like God to like whip up an Excel spreadsheet, which is just like how many people in the replies are lying about their credentials to just like, because it's just a race to the top of like, I'm the more based person, you should listen to my, and it's just so funny, bro. It's so funny.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's, see, the thing is that it's also like indistinguishable. There are two things that are indistinguishable from each other. One, someone who's explaining the rational justification for why like this is not sus, and someone who's been completely fucking conned by the cheaters that specifically behave and the cheats that specifically are designed to quell any suspicious things. Oh, he overflicked there. Can't be aimbot.
Yeah.
Like, that's impossible. If I was a cheat developer, the first thing I would do is say, how much, have a fucking slider for how much do you want to miss?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how you have to, like, constantly miss shots, and you see it in real time. Even when it's GeoGuessr, someone's like, oh, here's one completely reasonable, 1 in a million plausible explanation for why that could have been not cheating. And it's like, if that's just the answer for everything, then no one can ever, you can't be sus about anyone. I also don't know what you do when you are sus, and it's just like 100%. It's just like exhausting because you can't, no matter what, there's just 1,000 people screaming how wrong you are and how dumb you are and how obviously like how bad you are and how inexperienced. And like what I'll say is, when you watch something like what I'm about to show you, when you watch something like this, I just can't say that it's not possible. But what I will say is, if people are doing now this, and it's really hard also because I don't have like a big monitor, I'm not seeing it in 4K resolution, you know, so they're seeing what's different than what I'm seeing. I'm seeing it fucking, 480p Twitter video resolution on my laptop, right? But I will say that being able to do what they are doing in this clip, if it's like consistent, and that's the thing, these are always highlights.
Yeah.
I would love to see like if all the gameplay is like this.
Yeah.
Then it's just like you're operating on another level.
Yeah.
Which is entirely like, to think that I am like peak FPS, like give me a break.
Exactly.
But just walk through, just watch this and think about what you would have to do. The things you'd have to be looking at and aware of in milliseconds.
For sure.
While also, no, but this specific example, while also, it's the epitome of this, except there's 19 different things.
Yeah.
All while mechanically being perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like that right there, there's like what, 5 people.
Yeah.
So obviously right there, you can see, okay, there's a dude there, there's a dude there. You can look down
across the street,
maybe here, and you can see, oh, okay, there's a guy there. But then you'd also have to, while you're shooting and flicking perfectly, and then flicking perfectly, also see this guy and then flick perfectly. Yeah. It's like it's nuts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like I can't see that there's anybody there. I didn't see anybody.
Yep.
And if I have to look to see somebody, I'm not looking at the rest of the screen for the things I'm doing.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's just nutty multitasking and awareness.
Yeah.
And anyone can say, oh, well, yeah, I saw him right before he flicked. Yeah, but he flicked like 4 nanoseconds after he saw him, but maybe he's just that fast.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, like how many frames he just saw him now. And it's like, it's incredible, or it's cheating. The thing is that like, even if you know someone that can do that, or you can do it, that doesn't mean he's not cheating. And even if you don't, that doesn't mean
he is.
He's not. It's like
100%. 100%.
So
I just think like, normalize having an opinion that you don't have to bet everything you own on. You know what I mean? Like I see a video like that and I'm like, that dude's cheating. And then I can just move on with my day. And if the freaking expose comes out and they were investigated by CoffeeZilla and they were like, the thing is like, nope, just actually a god, I'd be like, I was wrong. And then I just continue living my life. Like, oh my God, the crusade. Now, once again, I get I love your thought process of like, okay, well, this is my initial reaction. And then like, the more I look into it, like, oh, look, there's a guy on the mini map there. There's a guy on the mini map. Okay, well, then there's a reasonable justification. But then look at like for sure, the thing for me, and once again, this is ignorance, that seems the most sus is not necessarily the flicks, it's the recoil control. Because I don't know if Battlefield.
I've never shot those guns.
Yeah,
so
I don't know if
idea.
Battlefield. It's not that they have a ton. The guns in Battlefield have a ton of recoil, but I just don't. They don't feel like patterns. They feel a little random. Now, once again, ignorance. Like you literally, maybe I go in the firing range 10 minutes after the podcast and go, oh, it's a pattern, and he's already memorized it. But it feels a little bit more random, kind of more like Tarkov's to me. And so that's what feels to me. I'm like, dude, I friggin', it doesn't move. Like that, like there's a 0% chance right now with that gun. He's got the G36, which is the gun that you get at level 20. I couldn't beam a guy across the street, the fourth guy that he didn't kill because it was like the last few bullets of his mag. I couldn't hit those shots. If that was the only person on my screen, I don't think I could hit 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Now, well, like you said, I don't consider myself the pinnacle of FPS experience, but you know, the game's been out for 4 days, you know, so it's like that. So it's just, yeah, it's just like, I don't know, man. It just,
yeah, like this is kind of what you were talking about.
Like, what's this? Yeah, dude, what gun is that? It doesn't have an optic. It's one of the AKs. I don't know if it's the.
Now I know that there's no game that I've ever played where an AK. Well, maybe there's one, but like I said, there's no one on planet Earth that can't say that's not like sus to 98% of the population. Just like a magic trick wouldn't impress 98% of the population unless you're Penn and Teller.
Yeah.
And you're gonna go, oh yeah, I mean, that's not that impressive.
Exactly.
Like, we know how to do that. I've been accused of cheating, and I've like.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is just another level of like it's just indistinguishable
the
from an
tracking
aimbot.
is fine. It's the recoil for me.
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, I mean, I just have no concept.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the thing is that like we all have to withhold judgment on things. What's so depressing is that like it's just kind of fucking unknowable.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then also there are other things that people say, like they nuked all of their footage. They deleted everything they had on their YouTube channel and Twitch, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So from what I heard or saw, and what I'm saying is loosely verified and not like, don't take my word for it. Just Google it yourself before you say, what I heard apparently was they deleted all their footage. Oh, that's a nail in the coffin, right? Well, they got mass reported on Twitch. So their Twitch got banned. Yeah. So all their content was inaccessible.
Mm-hmm. Well, I did see, I checked Twitter for something else right before the podcast, and I saw Riley tweeted like, I nuked all my YouTube footage and people are thinking that's more sus, so I relisted it all. So like they did at one point nuke it, and then they were like, that makes me seem. People are saying that makes me seem more sus, so I relisted it. I don't even know if that's true. I just saw that tweet very briefly.
Yeah. And so that's like 9 different other layers of fucking AIDS because you have someone say they nuked all their shit. I pull up to YouTube or Twitch and I see their VODs and it's there and it's like clearly misinformation, but it wasn't misinformation.
Yeah.
But it's like
exactly.
But then they acted in a way that, you know, like I have a different sense than what some people might think about certain things, but like certain things that people do make them look more sus. But I recognize that there are some people who are maybe like younger, maybe I don't know, panic. Like where you panic and you just hide stuff because you just don't want people. Like I get it. I recognize as a 36-year-old adult that like, you know, that's just something you don't do if you're legit.
Cheater you were like investigating and like they saw something in their task manager that said DMA and they deleted it. And it like you found out later it was like actually like a file, like a Windows file. Now it might have they might have, I can't remember how that story ended if they were cheating, but it was like that was a moment in which that person deleting that thing wasn't like a smoking gun. It was actually some random file that just happened to include the letters DMA next to each other. He saw it. He panicked because he was like, oh, that's not a DMA. I don't have a DMA. So, and it was like so it's like, yeah, for sure.
It's just never, the sad part is it's never going to get better. Like, I'm just convinced that like all we can do is rely on anti-cheat. And the sad thing is that the anti-cheats aren't going to be perfect.
Yeah.
They're not going to catch everyone, and they might have false positives. Yeah. So there's just always like, the truth doesn't exist anymore, and we can't know.
And it's like chess is an example where like, right, like Magnus, when he was like 12, was like beating the best people in the world at the time, and now like he's talking about the 12-year-olds like, oh my god, they're gonna be better than me in like 5 years. Like, it's what I'm saying is like the skill ceiling rises. The longer FPS games are around and the bigger the industry of like being a creator in, the more people devote more of their time to like mastering it. So like over time, cheat developers are only going to get like more nefarious and better at making cheats that don't look like cheats. And over time, more people are going to enter the echelon of gamer that's like, wow, you know what I mean? Like the LeBron James of gaming. It's just that it's easier to see someone cheat in basketball because they double dribbled and the ref goes, you know, so it's like, so what you said, it's only going to get more unknowable. 100% on both sides, more people are going to get better, which to the average person is going to look like cheats, and more cheat developers are going to get better at making their cheats not look like cheats. Which is why
the sad thing is that go ahead.
Which is why talking about this is fun, and if you showed that video to your friends and you're talking about it's fun, that's fine. If this has been the most important thing that happened to you this week, take a break.
Go outside.
Take a break. It's like, it's fun. Like, this conversation is fun. It's fun to talk about. It's fun to talk about the industry. It's fun to challenge our initial reactions. Like, all of that is fun. But if you are pressed about this, if you have replied to 11 different tweets, if you have been thinking about this, like, it's just, your future is going to look rough. This is only going to get worse. I'm not saying don't watch the videos. I'm not saying you shouldn't be on social media. I'm not saying but I'm just saying, like, if you're like really pressed about this, it's just, your life is going to get so bad over the next few years, man, because it's only going to get worse. So you learn how to like see it, hold it, look at it, and then put it down. I see that video, I go, that looks like sus as fuck. That dude's cheating. And I put it down. And if at some point later in time, it's like, oh my God, they were exonerated, I'll pick that piece of information up and go, wow. And I'll put that down. And it's like, if that's how you interact with all this, that's cool. That's great, man. That's cool. That's fun. But oof.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah. The moment I see like a LAN 5v5 esports event and everyone is doing that, I'll instantly be like, oh, okay. That's just like, you know, not that it's not impossible to load some shit onto a mouse or whatever the fuck people have done before, but I'd be instantly more.
Yeah, the credibility increases for sure.
Because now I watch that and there are a lot of little things that just make me, the hard part is that I'm talking about it now on my podcast, so I can't say like I'm not out there talking about it, but like I'm not going to tweet about it.
Yeah.
And call someone out and like put my, foot in the sand or whatever the fuck, like publicly. Now I'm giving you guys all a glimpse into my thought process, so I'm effectively kind of doing that, but it's not something that like we all have these thoughts and like our gut reactions that we'll never act on, and that like we are willing to change in a heartbeat.
For sure.
So I look at that and I go, yeah, I mean, that just feels like cheating. Like if you asked me to bet $1 and I have to, gun to my head, I have to bet, I'd go, I think it's cheating. But like, I'm not so confident that I would call anyone out.
Exactly.
That I would ever call for someone to get banned.
Exactly.
That I would, so I can just go with my gut. And like I said, the moment I see something, I don't have the information. Maybe I'm bad, and maybe I've been out of the FPS game for so long and I'm just washed and I don't know what the kids are doing these days. Maybe. Or maybe cheating is maybe a lot more prominent than we all think, and the cheaters have gotten so popular that they just gaslight everyone into thinking, of course, this is fucking normal. Maybe. We all do this. Look at all these people do, so it's like,
yeah.
I will say to wrap this whole topic up right before the stream, I'm 100% certain this person's absolutely cheating in GeoGuessr, and I'm gonna find where they live. No, but I want to show a clip because
Okay,
it's the only
okay,
reason why we brought this up, because right before the stream, it was one of those kind of like, moments.
Okay.
And we'll do what we did last week, where I'll do the GeoGuessr stuff at the end.
Okay.
But this is topical.
Yeah.
So I was playing against another guy in the U.S., which is like rare.
Yeah.
Because like everyone I play is like from Poland or whatever the fuck. Like everyone's just from Europe. And now I'm from New Hampshire. And so my justification was, the moment I saw Dunkin' Donuts and I looked at the kind of architecture, I was like, yo, this has got to be like Massachusetts or something.
Yeah.
Because Dunkin's, there's Dunkin's in like every airport.
Yeah.
But like Dunkin' Donuts is not like everywhere in the country. It's still kind of a New England thing. It
was a primarily New England thing that's spread. Yeah.
But just like statistically, I'm not going to assume it's, in like Nebraska.
Yeah.
Although now that I'm going to eat those words, because probably 17 Dunkin' Donuts is in like every city in Nebraska. But so now what we're watching is, I'm watching the replay of their gameplay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is after you're watching the replay from their perspective.
Yep. Because they had an awfully good guess. Hello, sir? Sir? Where are you? Okay.
Okay.
So instantly you already see like it's clearly not like Africa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's really not much.
Yeah, zoom in on the
like
the store.
Like, so my mindset so far was, I know there was a yellow double center line and white outside lines, which is like, okay, this is very likely going to be US when you couple it with the fact that it's got like these rectangular.
Yeah.
It doesn't have like the long, skinny kind of EU plates.
Yep.
It doesn't look like, like this could conceivably be United States, Canada, maybe like New Zealand, maybe Australia, it kind of depends. Let's see. I wonder if he Googled. He sees this realty place. Now here's where he pauses for like 1.5 seconds.
Okay.
And is there anything? So the first thing I noticed here when I looked this direction was fucking Dunkin' Donuts. I recognize the fucking pink and orange.
Yeah.
Color scheme all day, every day. Now, the other thing you might notice is
some DLC. Oh, the 413.
Yeah. So, okay. Now, 413. One of the arguments was he's from the U.S. Maybe he just knows the area codes. Now, first of all, if you are from the U.S. and someone is like, he just knows all the area codes.
No.
Fucking LOL. If you do, then you're not a gold 3 in GeoGuessr.
Yeah.
Or maybe you are. I don't know. Again, we can't know.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Now, maybe he's from the area. Okay. Like if I saw 508 or 978, 617, I'd be like, okay, this is Massachusetts.
Yep.
I am from this area, and I've never seen a 413 number.
Yeah.
Okay. So he looks at it for like a second, zooms out, zooms in, and you see it says Pittsfield. And I think it just says beautiful.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, okay. And no, the moment I saw this when I was watching the replay, I was like, oh, he just saw it.
Yeah.
So what does he do? He zooms in very confidently on.
So we saw Pittsfield there.
Rochester, New York. Now I just guessed. I put it down like in the middle of Massachusetts because I'm like, I know this is Mass. I just don't know where.
Yeah.
So he plonks down a thing on Rochester, zooms out, and then goes boop, boop, boop over to Massachusetts, and then just zooms right in on Pittsfield. And was like, 100 yards away or something, like right. So what's weird there, right? there's a million justifications for why. Maybe he's from the area.
Yeah.
Maybe he knows the area code. Maybe he knows where Pittsfield is. Okay, well then all of those don't make any sense. When he saw the area code, why didn't he zoom in?
Yeah.
When he saw the Pittsfield, why didn't he zoom in? When he did zoom in after seeing all the things, why did he go to Syracuse, New York?
Yeah.
And then right after that, why did he instantly zoom out and go, whoop, zoom right in?
And the fact that he placed on New York and then placed, like, if he just like zoom, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Now, so what I did when I was watching this, and because, like, you know, I'm just thinking about conceivably, how could anyone do this? And I just imagine you just got a buddy sitting there next to you, like your brother or something, right? So you're like looking, and you're like, okay, yo, bro, Google 413-822-3929. And he Googles it, hits enter, the results come up, the map comes up. The first result I checked, you click on the map, it loads. You zoom out a little bit and you go, Pittsfield. That's like Western Massachusetts. And he goes, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's a perfectly conceivable.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, but like or maybe there's
knows?
some other explanation. I don't know. But when you see that, it's like,
yeah.
You know, and then every other round, like the next round, let's just say he took the time and memorized area codes. Maybe he's not from Massachusetts, because if he's from Mass, he would have just gone there instantly, right?
Yeah.
Let's say he memorized the area codes. What kind of person memorizes the area codes, but then also doesn't know that they drive on the left side of the road in South Africa?
Yeah.
Which is like very basic beginner kind of knowledge.
GeoGuessr knowledge.
You know, and there's like a few other things. Like there was one other round where he looked at a mountain. There's a sign that was very clearly Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
He just like scrolled kind of past it. Maybe he saw it out of his peripheral. You know, I always look at something, zoom in, and go, oh, okay, and then I look away. You know, he just went right by it, spun around, saw a mountain, zoomed in, and went right on the mountain in Canada. Now, I saw the area, and I went like right up to like right above the border, Canada, above like Washington. And he was like, you know, it was maybe like 100 miles or something away, but he was like right on the mountain that you could see. It's like, that's a little more reasonable. It's like, okay, it's a mountain.
Yeah.
You know, but what's the Venn diagram of the people that know Pittsfield, Massachusetts' fucking area code?
Yeah.
And also know the Canadian mountain is Mount fucking whatchamacallit. Like, it's non-zero.
Yeah.
But what are the chances I faced him just now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like you said, warrants suspicion for sure. Maybe his freaking cat stepped on his mouse and zoomed into Rochester, New York. Or maybe his Freddy was Googling it. Like, yeah, it's.
So that's why I reported that one round. I didn't report the mountain one, but I reported that one round, not because I think that that's proof.
Yeah.
But because if he's getting reported once every other game for like reasonable but still sus behavior, then it's a pattern.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're doing your part, throwing it in the ring, and if it comes back clean, it's fine.
You just get gaslit by people who are like, bro, here's a plausible explanation I came up with. And it's like, that there's a plausible explanation for literally anything that you can imagine. I can come up with a plausible explanation. It might be a 1 in a 17 trillion. Oh, well, there was a penguin that had escaped from the thing, and it got shot out of a rocket launcher and landed on the thing, and it flipped upside down. And that's why the black and white pattern that you see was like, it's possible, bro. I can't say it's not possible.
Yeah. Yep. All you can do is just toss it in and hope for the best, bro. That's all you can do. Damn. Well, we can talk a little bit about some of the gaming news, some of the Tarkov, some of the Battlefield stuff. Before we do, however, I do want to take a quick second and thank the first sponsor for this episode, and that is Ridge, bro. Dude, Ridge. Obviously, you know them, you love them for making their wallets are kind of like their cornerstone feature, cornerstone item. They have a ton of other stuff that you can get luggage. You can get these keychains that have tension in them so they keep all your keys together. You can get all sorts of everyday essentials. The wallets are insane, man. They're extremely slim. Like that's yours with cards in it. This is mine without any cards in it. Extremely thin and extremely versatile. You can literally have this with like 8 to 10 to 12 cards in it. Totally fine. If you only have a few, it's got the strap for the cash. It's got RFID blocking technology. And they come in like a bajillion color combinations. I got the carbon fiber. You got the like forged Damascus or something. They're sick, dude. They're sick.
There's certain things that you have that you always know someone's going to comment on.
Yeah.
My wife's Discover card is like this cool like tiger. The whole thing is just straight up like a tiger. And every time she pulls it out, people are like, oh, I love your card.
Yeah.
Whenever I pull out my wallet, take out my card and like put the wallet down on the thing, people always go, yo, that's sick. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yo, that's
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, everything you said, I love it. It's light, it's small, it's durable, it will last forever. Like, there's no chance that this thing will live longer than you will.
Yes. And they bet on it. Everything from Ridge has free shipping, 99-day risk-free trial, and a lifetime warranty. Additionally, right now, they're doing their 5th annual legendary sweepstakes. Okay, you purchase something on the website, depending on what you purchase, you get a certain amount of entries. 2 lucky winners will get to choose between a Lamborghini Huracan Storado.
I saw that.
A Hennessy Velociraptor, which is like a souped up F-150, or $100,000 in cash. So 2 people are going to win, and those are your options. I mean, I'm going with the Lambo, bro. I'm not a truck guy. I'm hitting the Lambo, dude.
That's the Lambo that's like an off-road Lambo, right? I don't even understand how that works.
Yeah,
but...
I don't understand how that works, but
but I would take it.
Yeah, it's a Lambo with some texture, you know what I mean? Or the 100K. I mean, the 100K would be nice. Anyways, so if you are ready to upgrade your wallet for a limited time, you can head to ridge.com and use code POGCAST. Make sure, yes, POGCAST. At checkout for 10% off your order and a chance to win Ridge's biggest sweepstakes ever, a Lamborghini Huracan Storado, a Hennessy Velociraptor, or $100,000 in cash. No purchase necessary to enter, but every dollar you spend gets you more entries. That's ridge.com using code POGCAST. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Thank you so much to Ridge for sponsoring this episode. Bada bing. So yeah, I mean, dude, the Battlefield beta is back, and I'm very excited. It's been super fun. It's been super fun. Like, there's so many levels to it. You know, we processed a lot last week about how, like, I think the beta, like, I think the game is fun, but then, like, very much so willing to admit that there's like a burnout in Tarkov that's anything would be fun. You know what I mean? But I just like I'm just like finding the more games that I play, like this week when the Battlefield beta wasn't up, I've been playing a lot of the finals again. And it's just like, the more I'm excited about a lot of the extraction shooters coming. Obviously, Arc Raiders is a game I'm more excited for than any other game in the world. And like, there's even some other ones that are in the works, but I will say it's been nice dabbling back into games where like, I don't feel like my time is wasted. You know what I mean? You spend 10 minutes loading up, you spend 8 minutes loading into a raid, you get a bad spawn, you get one tapped off spawn, and it's like, and you lost something. You are at a net negative. You know, even if you just alt F4 the game right now, you lost time and you lost money and you lost gear. And so like, it's like
putting quarters in a vending machine and then like, it just get eaten, right?
Yeah. You just walk away, no soda, no quarters. And that's not that big of a deal. But if that happens a couple hundred times a day, it's just like, and so once again, that's not even inherently, like, I can't even put all of that at the feet of like Tarkov and the state of Tarkov. Certainly some of it is, but some of it is just like you spend 10,000 hours playing a game. It's just like nice. Like, it's not even that it's just been nice to just, all the time I'm spent playing Battlefield, I spend playing Battlefield.
Yeah.
And you die and you just hit respawn. And it's like,
it's crazy.
I can also get that after 10,000 hours of that, something like Tarkov with like space and dynamic range and highs and lows like would probably be great. But for me, it's just been like, it's been nice. It's been nice. And there's been some interesting things that happen that have been happening. One is like, so I even went through some of the comments on the most recent podcast, and this has been a like a concern or just something that people have been vocalizing while I've been playing, when I've been talking about Battlefield, and even in some of the comments, which is that like you have a lot of people that have played a lot of Battlefield that are like, this Battlefield 6 feels like COD. Battlefield 6 feels a lot like COD. I don't know. It just feels a lot like COD. And I find a lot of that to be like super interesting like feedback. On one hand, there's something that I've been saying is, I get if you're a Battlefield, if you're like an old school Battlefield main, I can understand how this would feel a little bit more like Call of Duty because all the maps are really small. But if you grew up playing Call of Duty, this, which I did, this feels nothing like Call of Duty. Like in Call of Duty, you're not shooting helicopters out of the sky in the middle of a multiplayer match, right? You're not flying around in the helicopter.
Well, you could shoot down the kill streak helicopter.
Okay,
with an
true,
RPG.
but it doesn't have players in it. You know what I mean? You're like, it doesn't have like
that's true.
6 players in it. You're not shooting tanks. You're not having buildings collapse around you. You're not having like, there's like, once again, I think people are just, if you're like a Battlefield guy, if you've been playing Battlefield since 1972, I kind of get it. All the maps are small. It's like meat grinder nonstop. You're seeing people hitting clips and posting them, and it's like, and it feels that way, but it's, I haven't figured out the best way to verbalize this, but like if you grew up being a Call of Duty player, almost every part of Battlefield feels like the Battlefield 6 beta feels fresh and feels new and feels unique. Like the amount of like Battlefield moments, you know what I mean? I RPG a helicopter out of a sky, then I snipe someone, and then a tank rolls up, and then the building collapses, and it reveals that there were 5 people behind it, you know, getting a flank on, you know, an entire team, putting a respawn beacon down and applying pressure and like, you know, rallying the entire, like winning the round of conquest with like one big final push on the point. There's so many things that like you can't even get a close analog to that in Call of Duty multiplayer. It's just deathmatch, domination, and search and destroy. Like it's like 8v8 max. You know what I mean? Like you can't go on like a 27 kill streak in COD and kill 27 different people. You know, like it just, so it doesn't feel like that at all to somebody that's played Call of Duty. Now, I think that they have made extremely strategic moves with the beta. They made like, they made some crazy claim. Like, I don't know if this was in a like investor earnings call or something, but somebody from EA said that they wanted 100 million Battlefield players, which is like a lot more. It took like, I don't know, Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare got to 100 million like a couple of years after it came out. Battlefield games are traditionally smaller than Call of Duty games. There hasn't been a good Battlefield game in a really long time. Like the Battlefield beta it peaked at like almost 600,000 concurrent on Steam. That's the most players that have ever been playing a Battlefield game in all of history. So like there's a lot of like, you know, people looking back at the old Battlefield games, but they've never been that popular. And so I think that basically what they're doing is,
yeah, sorry, my bad.
Oh, no good. I think that they're basically trying to on-ramp as many people into Battlefield as possible. And so what they're doing is like for the beta, they are putting out, like if Call of Duty and Battlefield have a Venn diagram that has some similarity in the middle, but Battlefield has all this other stuff, they're putting everything that's in the Venn diagram in the beta because they're trying to like start the process of like a mass on-ramp. So like my biggest criticism is also a lot of the Battlefield, Andy's biggest criticism, which is like all the maps are really small. Like I really want like a big proper Battlefield map, like a humongous one to play. But I think that they're strategically not doing that because the small maps have a familiar flow if you play Call of Duty multiplayer, which is just like meat grinder, right? Like spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn, die. And you might get 14 kills and get a kill streak, but the pace of a Call of Duty match is like 100% all the time. And so I think that they're attempting to onboard as many people, which makes sense, but I also understand some of the Battlefield Andy's criticism. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, from what I've seen, the way I would describe what I've seen and what I've played, it's almost like if COD and Insurgency and Battlefield had like a three-way.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to find the video. I saw someone had posted a clip, and I don't know if I'll be able to find it again, but it was basically it was like Tim the Tap Man, his like first seconds playing Battlefield were like a movie, and it reminded me of when I was playing Insurgency, just hearing like the flying over my head, like, oh my god, you hear people like reloading a magazine. Yeah. Oh my god, my legs.
Yeah,
you're like, holy shit,
dude. So good.
But it is very quick, very run and gun.
Yes.
You know, there's a lot of mid close quarter stuff, which I really, really like. Like, I think it's a really good hybrid for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to find that clip. I don't know. Did you see that?
No,
clip
I didn't. I didn't know.
I think it would. I'll find it. I think it would be a good way to just show the kind of vibe.
Dude, I should have gone through my clips and pulled some up because I've had a couple of those moments as well that are just like insane. Did you find it?
Nah, no, I'm scrolling.
A couple of moments that are insane, and so like, yeah, it makes sense what they're doing, and so there's that side of the coin, which is that like I can see the Battlefield Andy's criticism of the game and see from their perspective how that criticism is true. It's like if you took Battlefield 4 or Battlefield Bad Company 2, I don't know, every time I say the classic Battlefield, everyone tells me that was the worst Battlefield. And then I say a different Battlefield, and everyone says, no, the one you said before was the best Battlefield. This one you just said sucks. I don't know which Battlefield was the best. But if you took Battlefield 4 and you stripped it down to its 4 smallest maps and then launched it today, I think people would be like, this is like Call of Duty. You know what I mean? It's just because the only option you would have would be to play kind of like the meat grindery aspect of the game. So I can see those things and I can say, hey, Battlefield Andy, I get it. I hope that you can see that there is still a lot of Battlefield DNA in what's happening here, that to somebody like me who grew up playing COD and is now coming in, I'm like, oh, this is sick. I do want more of it. I want the bigger maps. I want the, whatever. But then there's another side of that coin, which is that I cannot attest to like the effectiveness. I don't know if this was just somebody like it says what I want it to say, so I want it to be true. I don't know if this person just made a Photoshop document. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But one of the things is people are saying it's too fast. It's so fast. It's like a battlefield. It's like everyone's like, it's like freaking like Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Everyone's just running, drop shotting, slide canceling. It's so fast. It's so fast. And it was a graph of the time to run 100 meters in all of the Battlefield games. And in Battlefield 6, if you pull your knife out, you run faster. And with the knife out, it was like the 4th or 5th fastest time to 100 meters under Battlefield 4, which is like the quintessential people like, I wish we could go back to Battlefield 4. And if you didn't have your knife out, which I never pull my knife out because I just forget all the time, it was like the 14th fastest Battlefield. And I found, once again, I love that if it's true. I don't know if it's true, but if it is true, I find that to be so fascinating, and not even to criticize anybody, because we do this a lot with the rose-colored glasses, right? Battlefield 4 came out when? Battlefield Bad Company 2 came out when? And you're just like, you just remember having so much fun and doing it. And then over the years, as you've gotten older and as that video games have changed, movement has become a core principle. Movement wasn't a core tenet of gaming 15 years ago like it is today. I'm not saying there were always movement demons, but like there's a genre of shooters called movement shooters now. Like it has become a core tenet of FPS. And so as players have gotten older, as the gaming industry has changed, and as more people see people become excellent at things they don't like, I hate dying to people who like drop shot, you know what I mean? But it's like there's the rose-colored glasses of, oh, it's just too fast now because COD is fast, but it's not necessarily as fast.
Yeah, I mean, like what some people in chat are saying, like when I hear the game is fast, I think about like more like the pace to engagement. Like, you know, when I played Battlefield, one of the things I didn't like was how slow it felt.
Yeah.
Because I'd spawn a mile away from the combat.
Yeah.
I'd spawn at zone A that we captured, you know, or like a parking lot with Hummers and like planes and shit, and you know, so I don't know how that is with this game, but the other element of it too, and I found the video, I can pull it up in a minute. This kind of reminds me of a video I saw a while back about like what makes racing games feel fast. And there was a game, I think they had like you could change the graphic settings or whatever, where it was basically like reduce the screen shake, reduce the blur, whatever, and they're going like 300 miles an hour, and it's just like doesn't feel like you're going fast. The moment the screen is shaking and you see a little bit of blur, it's like, oh shit, it gives you the sense of speed. It could be like the FPS equivalent of that, where
100%
you being overwhelmed by a lot of things constantly. People have, you know, maybe they can slide around and they couldn't in Battlefield games before. You know,
I saw
a lot of those things combined.
I saw somebody say, somebody was like, I don't know, like maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like a lot of Battlefield players played on console in the past with fixed FOVs. And like if you max your FOV, which is now like a standard thing to do in shooter games, you feel like you're running faster, even though the speed is the same.
I remember fucking Tarkov, dude.
Yeah.
You start with the default FOV, and it feels like you're crawling. Like I couldn't play, even though you can like see better.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of more like zoomed. I just felt like I was fat and slow.
Like that's an aspect of it. Like you said, there could be like particle effects or screen shake or whatever that makes it feel faster. And then even
you played on CRTs like this before, you know?
Yeah. And then even people mentioned in chat, like Overskilled said, it absolutely looks more slidey than old Battlefield games. People really don't like when sliding around is the best way to get around. I can't speak for anybody's viewpoint. No, like, this is going to get me in hot water. No one's sliding in Battlefield 6. Only the assault class can slide. I forget I can do it. And I've only seen somebody slide in game like 8 total times. Like 99.9999999% of my deaths are just like there were 7 of them and 3 of us. So we all got 1 kill, and then it's just like, it's just like a wall. Who has the biggest wall? So it's like, any class can slide. I need a fact check on that because you have to double tap to slide, and I do it all the time on Medic, and I'm gonna like, so either way, I don't see people sliding very often. But once again, I'm not saying I'm right about this. I'm saying it feels to me like the meta is to slide in Call of Duty. That's like slide canceling, and like that's a core tenet of the movement. And in Battlefield games, I don't think you traditionally have been able to slide before, but you can, as far as I know, only on the assault class. And so it feels like it. That's just, it feels to me like because that bridge is there, everyone runs down it. Where it's like you can slide on one of the classes and nobody really does it. But because sliding is important in Call of Duty, it's like, well, this game's like Call of Duty. Once again, I'm not trying to say, like, if you hate Battlefield 6, that's fine. Like, more power to you. But I just like 99% of my deaths have not been because somebody was sliding. I don't even know. I've seen so few people slide.
Yeah, so in just cursory Googling, I've seen nothing that says it's limited to the assault class. But at the end of this article, it says sliding can be useful if you're playing the more mobile assault class or the engineer.
Interesting.
I'm
I
guessing
literally could be
faster.
wrong. Yeah. But once again, so even if I tomorrow I'm going to play all day. The very first thing I'm going to do, because I play mostly engineer, is I'm going to try and slide. Because maybe what happened was somebody told me that. And then because somebody told me that, I've only tried to slide on assault. And then that confirmed my whatever. But what I'm saying is like, I will say, even if every class in Battlefield 6 can slide, it doesn't change that my perception of Battlefield 6 is like slidey wouldn't be a word I would put in the top 100 words. Like I've seen that happen so few times. Whereas if you watch 17 seconds of Call of Duty footage, you'll have the person will have spent more time in the slide animation than out of it.
Yeah.
So the criticism, which I'm not saying is what Overskilled said, but the criticism of like it's slidey like Call of Duty, I just don't. You can slide in this game and you can slide in Call of Duty, but I wouldn't say this game is slidey. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. So
real quick, Finvincible. Yes, Shroud might slide everywhere, but like you can't reasonably watch one person play a game when you know there are 500,000 people playing right now and say this is how the game is played. That's like saying. That's like watching, like if I can't think of let's watch like a phase person sniping, and then going to the internet and typing literally only people snipe in Battlefield 6. It's like, bitch, play one of the games. Not everyone is sniping. So yeah, it's like I feel like that's an aspect of it too. Is like you have the movement demons from COD playing, so they're sliding all over play a game and tell me if it feels slidey. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't. But Shroud is going to be sliding everywhere, you know, like.
I suspect that you're probably right, but you won't be for long. Because everybody's new. Maybe. And they're all awkward. They're all getting used to the things. But once every famous streamer and YouTuber is just sliding, then everyone that starts playing has already seen 50 hours of sliding gameplay. You might be right. They all start sliding. And then it'll be like, be everywhere.
And that's actually, that's very believable. And hear me when I say this, I would be pro them getting rid of sliding. I don't ever use it, but like to your point, it could become like a really annoying mechanic that wasn't in traditional Battlefield 6. So this tirade I'm on isn't that I think sliding should be in the game and I think it's good for the game. The tirade that I'm on is people see 3 people play Battlefield like Call of Duty and then go, Battlefield 6 is just Call of Duty with extra steps. And it's like,
that's gamer racism. You see one person do one thing and you go, wow, this entire group of people is like...
So it's just like play the game, and then, which I'm not saying you have to play the game to have an opinion of the game. You can watch like Shroud and then based on Shroud's gameplay, like form an opinion of the game. I can't, not saying you can't do that. I'm just saying it's interesting. And then you see a lot of the like a lot of the people who are like, if you like COD, get away from Battlefield 6. And once again, you're in for a rude awakening, because like every single person that works at EA is going, how do we get people that play COD to play Battlefield 6? And the players are like, if you play COD, get that fucking shit out of here, bro. And it's like, listen, I think they're cooking with Battlefield 6, but you're in for a rude awakening. Like, this game is in a lot of ways fan service for OG Battlefield. And I think it should be a return to form, but like, they're not making this game for 100,000 old school Battlefield fans. Like, they're making it for 100 million gamers. And so, dude, get rid of sliding. The only other thing that somebody brought up in chat earlier, which I agree with, is the class locked weapons. Which, like, I don't know if you're familiar with Battlefield, the way it worked in the past. You have assault, scout, recon, and engineer. And
is there medic?
Scout is the medic. And traditionally in old Battlefield games, there are a couple of weapons that like anybody can use, but largely like the assault class can use like ARs, and the engineer uses SMGs, and the scout uses LMGs, and the recon uses bolties. And a lot of those weapons, like the SMGs, you can only use if you're running engineer and stuff like that. And what that does is, maybe it's not scout. I don't know. Maybe it is medic. Support. That's what I mean. every time I said scout, it didn't make sense, but I knew it wasn't called medic. Support. That's what it is. Anyways, and in traditional Battlefield games, that like forms a lot of like teamwork and identity in each class, and you can't just use whatever weapon you want, and you can't become like a one-man army where you like pick all of the best like skills and gadgets and then all of the best guns, and then you kind of just like do everything yourself. It promotes a lot more like, okay, well, we need an engineer because they have vehicles, but that means he has to use this gun, so I'm going to use this, like. And they got away from that in some of the more recent Battlefields, and it's been like #1 on the docket for things Battlefield players want back. And they've been really resistant to it. And then they put in the beta, you have to like scroll and find, but there's a playlist where they have closed weapons where they lock the weapons to the classes. But you can tell that they're like trying to hide it. They basically was just like, here you go, you little babies, but they're definitely like not going to make that part of the game again. But I will say, after playing that playlist quite a bit, it does feel better because anytime there's anything that's out of balance, like right now, the assault kind of goes crazy because you can have an M4 with like a 3X or a 4X and the shotgun, which one clicks anything sub 20 meters.
Oh, so you're unless it's like
you're unkillable.
Someone's 300 meters out, you can kill everyone comfortably.
Yes. But in the past, it was like if you wanted to have that meant you couldn't have RPGs to kill tanks. So then a tank could effectively counter this playstyle but in the unlocked weapon, you can like pick the meta weapon and then you can put that on all your classes. So you can just keep swapping between classes mid game and you use the RPG, use this, but you're always using your favorite gun, the gun with the meta build, whatever. And so like, I will say that playing the closed playtest or like the closed weapon one feels a lot like better. It feels a lot more balanced. Yeah. And that is another one of the things that I will give to like the Battlefield Andes who are saying like, hey, there's a lot right here, but this is wrong. As someone who's newer to the franchise, like I do wish they would do that. Like in my very limited thing, like I wish they would go back to that, and it's looking like they probably won't. So also, yeah, you can get the medic defibrillators and kill people with it, and it's very fun.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
Yeah, it looks fun. It looks fun. Let me show the clip.
Oh, yeah.
Because I got to say, out of everything, this is the thing that, like, for a brief moment, for about 5 minutes, I was like, yo, I think I want to play this game.
There it goes, man. I'm just going to go, I'm getting on D. Okay, I have to hang on. So I'm talking about something. Hold on. Holy shit! God bless America! Why am I on fire? Stop! It's gracious, man. Audio on speaker. I lie. I wasn't prepared for this at 6:30 in the morning, bro. Holy fuck.
Yep.
If you got
dude,
how many times can this building break?
That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. It's like, I guess the point of the whole tirade is like, if you're like Battlefield feels like COD now, I think there are like 7 legitimate reasons why you think that, but that shit never happens in COD. You know what I mean? If you're newer to Battlefield, which a lot of people playing this are, you don't get those moments. You don't get any of those moments playing COD. And so like, if you spent your whole childhood in Battlefield 4 and you're mad and you're that it's not that, like, just know that there are a lot of people who are like, they're basically, it's like, you don't want to pull a WNBA Caitlin Clark type situation where like you wanted people to be interested in the game for a long time. They're interested in it, but they're interested in it for a reason you don't want them to be interested in it. So you're like, get the fuck out of here. And now people are like, why does everybody suck here? If you're a Battlefield head, don't do that. There are a couple 100,000 people playing Battlefield right now that are coming from COD. They're having those Battlefield moments and they're going, holy fucking shit. Battlefield might be sick. Don't welcome them in with like, get the fuck out of here. I saw you slide. You're not like, just be like, yeah, man, wait till you try Conquest on Operation Firestorm. It's going to be sick. You know, it's just.
But people don't care. People don't care. They want the people they want playing their game as long as it's not a dead game. That's all they care about.
Yeah.
They don't want it to be accessible to everyone. Like they don't want more people playing the game is better. Unless you're a content creator.
Yeah.
And you want as big of an audience as possible. You just don't want the game to be dead.
Yeah.
And otherwise you don't give a fuck. You know.
Yes. The only difference is like Battlefield players have been like so sidelined that I think on some level they know that the only way they're ever going to get more good Battlefields in the future is if there's a commercially successful one. Because they have been the forgotten FPS gamer for 10 years. So it's like, if you've wanted a good Battlefield I'm not saying Battlefield 6 is perfect. Get rid of sliding. I'm down. Make every single playlist closed weapon. I'm 100% down. I'm not saying Battlefield 6 is perfect, but I'm just saying, man, if you've been wanting a good Battlefield game for a long time, there are valid criticisms for you not to like it, but just like people like me are coming in going, holy shit, this is what people mean when they say Battlefield moments. I want more of this. Don't push those people away. Like, the game is, I'm excited for it. So that's the Battlefield stuff. I am having the time of my life. That we got a new map and we got a new mode. We got Rush, which is much better than some of the other modes that they had, even though Conquest is still my favorite. And then we got a new map called it's in like Brooklyn. It's called like Empire State or something like that. It's too small in my opinion, but it's sick. The map design is cool. It's just, once again, meat grinder, very small. So I'm very excited for the bigger ones. But it's been fun, man. I'm going to be on that for the next few days. And then we're going to be Sag Boys waiting for October 10th. Before we move on and talk about a little bit of Tarkov shenanigans, I want to take a second and thank the second sponsor for this episode. And that is Chubbies, man. The Chubbies have got everything you need. They kind of went, viral. Their initial claim to fame was their swim trunks. I'm rocking their shorts heavy. I'm finally, after like my whole life living in Florida, I'm a shorts guy. I was always like a jeans guy all the way through. I got the 5-inch inseam, skies out, thighs out, dude, and I'm loving it. The shorts, they're stretchy. I got like a black pair, a khaki pair, like a green pair. Matches every shirt that I'm wearing in the summer. Feel good, look good. Chubbies has been dope.
So Meg, my wife, she packs my my suitcase these days.
When you travel,
she enjoys it. I'm like, all right, fine.
Mm-hmm.
But she's always like, a few times back, she forgot a few very important things. So she's like, you got to tell me then what you want. We were joking about how it's really simple now. We're going anywhere warm, which is literally anywhere on planet Earth. I just say, yeah, just pack my 3 Chubbies shorts.
Yep.
And my board shorts.
Yep.
And we're good.
Yep.
That's how good they are, is that I can just say, out of like the 75 pairs of pants and shorts I have, I just go pack the Chubbies ones. Dude. And I know that they're gonna go with all the different shirts I've got. They're gonna feel good.
I've recently done like a purge. Like I just my shorts drawer is just my 3 pairs of Chubby shorts, because it's like in the summer until it gets like cold, that's what I want to wear. My whole wardrobe is centered around these. Yeah, they feel good, they look great, and Chubbies has all sorts of other stuff too. You can pair those shorts with the Chubbies Performance Polo for a brunch, for a backyard party, or an accidental wedding crash. They've got all sorts of stuff that, I mean, that's a joke, but it literally, like, a lot of their stuff feels like some of their pants and some of their polos and stuff like that literally feel like you could, like, get shoved into, like, a wedding and you wouldn't look out of place. You'd be like, okay, I'm chill. Or you could just go to the movies and be comfortable and feel fine, which is, like, awesome. And, of course, their classic lined swim trunks. They've got a trillion different like styles and colors and patterns and like brand crossovers and all sorts of stuff. So it's pretty sick. Whether you are suiting up for cannonballs, cookouts, or casual Fridays, Chubbies has you covered. For a limited time, Chubbies is giving our listeners $10 off your order when you use our code, which is the Pogcast. use code THEPODCAST at chubbiesshorts.com. That's code THEPODCAST at chubbiesshorts.com. Support our show and let them know we sent you. Give summer one last hurrah. Keep the good vibes going with Chubbies.
What was the line you said about cannonballs? Like whether you're getting ready to...
Whether you're suiting up for cannonballs, cookouts, or casual Fridays.
Yeah, I thought you said cannibals at first.
When you're suiting up for cannibals, cookouts...
They don't have the flesh shorts.
Yeah.
We could talk to them.
We could, if there's genuine interest.
Bro, I have to tell you about, there's something Tarkov related here that I have to tell you. I have this listed as the craziest bug in Tarkov.
I saw that.
Brother, someone came in last week. No, I think it was maybe earlier this week. I don't know. I forget. And they basically said, hey, would you mind if I asked like a Tarkov question? And I was like, I mean, I haven't played the game in 2.5 years or whatever, but like, sure, if you want to ask the least informed person. And what he explained to me, I'm so glad he came to me, because I genuinely don't know who the fuck else other than me and my community that would have been able to figure this out.
Okay,
so let me try and explain. Now, it's not a bug with Tarkov.
Okay.
When he watched Tarkov gameplay or Tarkov Twitch streams, every time the gun would shoot, the screen would go black on his like new iPhone.
But not other games.
And I'm like, what about like Call of Duty, about Battlefield? He's like, no, it's only Tarkov. And I'm like skeptical. Like, brother, what are you talking about? And then so he was like, yeah. And he pulled up a Willer's clip of Willer's just like shooting some dudes. And I was like, you have to you gotta like put a clip of this. And actually, you know what? Perfect. I'll show it. I'll show the clip because I didn't believe it.
Yeah, you have to like get someone else's phone to film your phone watching this.
He did, and he got his wife. He's like, sorry, my wife's phone's a potato camera, but let's see. Tarkov. There we go. All right, so let me download that. Let me pull that up here. Let me just double click a Ruzi. Let me hit full screen. Now this, when I saw the video, was even crazier than he described it. I don't know if it will be obvious why this blows my mind.
Okay. What? It like fades.
Oh, he's fucking hitting me with a...
Not only does it fade, okay?
What?
But it's not even the whole screen, bro. Tell me how a video game screen in a video.
Oh, yeah, it's only whoa.
Because at first I was like
whoa, I don't know why I didn't notice that, but yeah, holy shit.
Because you gotta, if you're debugging, you gotta go through the steps, and you're like, okay, well, what if it was like, let's just say something really stupid and obvious, but like a short cable, like a cable shorted, like connecting the screen or something, and there's something about the shooting that, whatever, but that would affect the whole screen. And what was crazy was I pulled up the clip on Twitch.
Yeah.
Okay, I pulled it up on Twitch, and I watched it when it was, almost full screen with my camera in the bottom. And I hit play, and he was like, no, it's not doing it when I watched that clip through your stream.
Yeah.
And then I went, okay, 1 second. And I turned off my camera. I made the video full screen. And I'm like, now what? And he's like, yup, it just went dark.
What the hell?
Do you have any idea?
I mean, literally, no. Like,
so I actually don't remember who it was. You'll have to like leave a comment if you remember exactly who it was, because that was in here, that basically they suggested this, and I was like thinking through what I know about iPhones
yeah.
to try to be like, what could possibly, I was about to call my dad and be like, Dad, this is the craziest thing ever. Right? Because it's like, if you thought your like flat screen TV was like busted, right?
Yeah.
Because like the whole thing was flickering, that'd be one thing. But imagine if like it was only Drew Barrymore's face that was flickering.
Yeah.
In movies, to be like, why? It's so specifically broken.
Yeah.
Like, why? And so I can't take credit for this. So the logic I was going through was basically how, like, what could possibly have control over this window?
Yeah.
And only this window.
Yeah.
Well, so just thinking about how you build a UI,
Mm-hmm.
this is very likely to basically like a video player objects that you set the frame. This one, they set the frame that's zoomed in, it's cropped, and it's blurred.
Yep.
And then they take another that's like pinned to the left side, the right side, and basically set it, set the height equal to whatever the aspect ratio is times the width, so that it's, like 16 by 9 or whatever the hell. And so that right there is a standalone view object.
Yeah.
Now, you're not like implementing that yourself as like if you're an iPhone developer, like you don't have to go in and like write your own renderer and like all this stuff. You just get an instance of a view object, you put it on screen, you set the frame, and then you give it like a URL or, a file, and you just say play.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what takes care of everything? The operating system.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was like, the operating system is the one that controls. Oh, it was Sir Oki. Yeah, Sir Oki gets full credit for this one. The operating system is what controls individual elements on the screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what he said was, and I'm going to click in and see what his history was, because it was like the moment I saw his message, I was like, yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. He just wrote iOS accessibility - motion - dim flashing lights.
Oh.
It's an accessibility setting for like people who maybe have
like
photosensitivity,
What's
it called when
epilepsy.
you have seizures? Epilepsy. And somehow, I don't know if you turned it on or whatever. But
it's weird that it didn't trigger in other games. I guess it
must
didn't hit the threshold of light.
Tarkov has just a specific kind of like really bright, muzzle flare. But I was like, bro, the bug you're describing, like absent breaking down the inner workings, is a bug that like shouldn't exist.
Yeah, like couldn't exist. Yeah.
And I'm like, I could not possibly be less interested in Escape from Tarkov or any problems you're having with the game. I am so locked in on this bug.
Yeah.
We need to fucking solve this. I'm like, this is the most interesting shit I've heard in like 7 years. Okay.
That's insane.
Oh,
and that's
so
like,
wild.
that is genuinely one of those moments where like internet for the win, because the problem is
It's been months.
Months.
He's like, I'm gonna give up on watching Tarkov content because I can't anymore.
Because it's a problem that is presenting so like many layers removed from the solution. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, if this happened in like 10 other things or whatever, or if like he had bought a phone from somebody with epilepsy, like if there could have been clues, but like it just went under the radar so long. And then the problem, so it's like, I'm sure he Googled the wrong thing, which is
I tried to Google it.
Which is, but I'm saying you probably Googled better. I would have Googled escape from Tarkov flashing on iPhone, which is like,
that was the first thing I did.
Yeah, so many layers removed from like iOS accessibility features for people with epilepsy. It's like that just like required 100 people all thinking about it, because you could just never would have gotten there on your own, man. Like, oh,
yeah,
that's
no,
insane.
I mean, I did the same thing. I Googled it. I'm like, just in case this is like a thing. If this was a real thing, if iPhones couldn't watch Tarkov content, then it would be a thing. And I Google it, and it's all just like, check your NVIDIA drivers because their game is flickering, or your screen is just black all the time when you launch the game. And I was like, oh, none of this is going to be relevant. It's like one of those inherently ungoogleable things. And then he sent the video, because I was like, I think this guy's trolling me. What he's describing, it's like, grandma calls you and she says, every time I plug in the toaster oven, my car starts. And you're like, grandma, you're confused. You are confused. My pacemaker turns on and off whenever I take a bite of a grape, but only the green grapes, not the purple grapes. It's like, grandma, are you okay?
Oh,
and he sent the video, and I'm like, it's even crazier. It's even crazier.
Oh, my God.
But that's just the essence. That's just the essence of like debugging complicated problems. And it's why it's like, I don't even know how much experience he had with this.
Yeah.
But this is like, that's the kind of thing that when people say like, oh, how do you know, how hard it would be to fix like this problem in Tarkov if you're talking about a bug in a video game or whatever. It's like, I've never written C#. I've never done anything with Unity past a couple of very basic demo things. But it doesn't matter, because so many things you can work through kind of conceptually if you have some kind of understanding, and the logic you would have to come to is, why would it only be part of the screen?
Yeah.
Well, if it's part of the screen, then that means it's not the hardware.
It's not a hardware
It must be the
issue.
software.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then what controls the window? Oh, it's the operating system that controls the window. Oh, is there any way that flashy bright lights could make a window dim? And the moment you go window dimming iPhone, and I haven't Googled this, so I'm checking it now. Window dimming iPhone.
When flashing lights.
When flashing lights. And the Google AI overview, when flashing lights are detected in video content on an iPhone, the screen may dim automatically due to the dim flashing lights accessibility feature. So window dimming iPhone when flashing lights is like, but when you Google Tarkov flickering when shooting, it's like you just get Reddit posts from 5 years ago about people's graphics cards or whatever the fuck. So anyway, I had to share.
Amazing. That is crazy.
There's gonna be at least one comment that's gonna be like, I had that same problem too. I hope there's one. I hope there's one.
Bro, for like 5 years, my MacBook, whenever the screen, like if the screen ever fades to black for anything, like a transition between scenes in a TV show or like at the end, when the screen is at 98, like it will be completely normal until 98% black. When it gets to 100% black, it flips to full bright white. And then as soon as the next scene starts, it flips. Yeah.
Do you get flashbanged?
5 years. I Googled it 7 times and I couldn't figure it out, and I stopped. But like if I'm ever watching content like a TV show or a movie on my MacBook, I get flashbanged like every 8 scenes.
So I have had one thing. It's really not a big deal. I haven't really looked into it, but whenever my laptop dies, okay. Here's like a one way of showing it. I found an image. You kind of get like, if my laptop dies, I let it, hit 1%, it shuts off. I plug it in, it opens back up, and I go to log in, and you see like that. Basically.
I've seen that, yes.
And so the fact that it's like fixable by basically like I just close my laptop and like open it back up again, or I just like restart or whatever. I don't know what the cause of the bug is, but that's another weird thing where it's like sometimes it's only one bar that just has like a couple of lines. Sometimes it's only, but it's like right in the middle of the screen. So it's like insufferable if I'm like watching YouTube or whatever. And it just doesn't go away until you like just close the laptop, open it back up again. But that's another one that I haven't, doesn't bother me enough for me to Google, but apparently. I'm sure there's a solution out there.
So anyways, Tarkov, not a whole lot happened and not a whole lot to talk about, but like the state of the game right now, it's just classic. So we got level 4 traders unlocked just arbitrarily, like and it was like in 3 days, it was like 2 traders at a time for 3 days. So like over the course of 1 week, we went full level 4 traders. So now they're fully open. And along with that, what did they say? And when they did that, when they released the last traders, they also reduced the trader restock time, because that was something from the hardcore. You know how it's like you bought all the gazelles you can buy from Ragman, you have to wait 2 hours. They made those during the hardcore up like 11 hours. So like if you bought your 2 gazelles to plant for hot delivery and you died with them, it's like you can try again tomorrow. Like it was crazy.
Whoa.
So they reduced the trader restock times back to normal. They increased the item selling price. So now when you sell something to a trader, it's more back to its normal price. And they reduced the item purchase price, which means stuff was a little bit cheaper from the traders. I don't know if the reduced item purchase price just wasn't that much, like they only reduced it by like 5%, or maybe some things slipped through the cracks. Because there's a couple level 4 helmets on Ragman. They're like 175,000 rubles. And it's like, and this is after, and I'm like, I don't know if those 4 helmets or if they were 190,000 rubles yesterday and now they reduced it by 10%. So I don't know. But, and then now you have like a bunch of, people like, oh, almost back to normal Tarkov, but then we're also not, because we still have a lot of stuff. And like the traders are like kind of back to normal, but kind of not, because they didn't just adjust the trading prices. They also pulled a lot of stuff off the traders, but the stuff they pulled off the traders wouldn't be the things you thought. You would think that they would pull like scopes and like level 5 armors, but they pulled off
995.
Yeah, but they pulled off like some of the like barters for gunsmith items, and it like so it's like we're just in this. I don't know, like I haven't like thought about this too much or like formulated too many opinions on it, but we're in like what I would almost consider the worst of both worlds. Like how do I explain this? If the hardcore wipe launched with the exact feature set we have changed today, it would have gone 10 times better. And I'm not even saying if it launched like it today, it would have been like effective, but it would have gone 10 times better. But because we have had what we've had till today, what we have today is like the worst of both worlds. Because you have a lot of people being like, I can't believe they caved. I can't believe they folded. This isn't, so many people have been like, is it even hardcore anymore? Is there even anything different than normal Tarkov? And I'm like, oh my God, yes, bro. You can't put anything in the secure container. You can't buy any meds. You can't buy this. Like, there's so many things. There's the flea market's gone. Like, there are so many things that make this wipe different. But because there were 20 more features and some of those features went away, you've got a group of people that are like, they just fucking gave in to the whiny, crying babies. And then I went back through Nikita's tweets the other day for a script for a video I'm working on. But on wipe day, he literally said, we have plans to slowly roll some of these features off over time. So, but every time they've rolled off a feature, you have people being like, they're just giving into the whiny complainers. Nikita said they were going to do that the whole time. And it's not back to normal Tarkov. So it's like, does that make sense? Where like, it would have been fine if they did it like this, but because we're at this a month into the wipe, it actually almost feels like the worst of both worlds, where like, it feels, there's even less of like a vision or cohesive. Like, we all thought we were going to get level 4 traders. We were all kind of surprised that they just kind of like dropped the like prices of selling things. Like, you get more money from them. That was kind of a surprise. A number one complaint had been loot. they like giga buffed loot, but once again, to my knowledge, they didn't buff like gun spawns or part spawns or armor spawns. Right now, if you open a marked room, you're going to get 3. You're going to get a green and a violet and a key bar and a Bitcoin and a LEDX. It's like the only dial they have to adjust loot is high value loot. They
have a ketchup dial and a salt dial.
Yeah, I don't think they know mustard exists. I don't think they consider gear a PMC would wear as loot. Like meds, armor, helmets, guns, gun attachments, ammo. Like, I'm not saying those things don't exist. You can find good ammo, but like whenever they buff the loot, it's like marked rooms and LEDXs on labs. And so it's like, I saw like Friendly Guy tweet or Prepper or someone tweet about it. And I was like, yeah, no, exactly. It's like they could have buffed the loot, but left the the Bitcoin spawns the same. You know what I mean? They could have but then once again, from their perspective, they're probably like, you said there was no loot and now we buffed the loot and you complain. And it's like, I just don't even know how to explain this anymore. So it's a weird spot where we're somewhere between normal Tarkov and what we started with. And everybody's got a different color of the rainbow of like what they think about it. Some people are like, this wipe is ruined. They gave into the crybabies. Some people are like, thank God we finally have this shit back. And to be honest with you, everyone's a little valid because they were so poor at communicating what the purpose, intention, or vision of this is. So if somebody actually comes in and they go, I can't believe they gave up on all this stuff and they gave into the crybabies, I disagree with what they're saying, but I can kind of like understand how they came to that conclusion because once again, nobody really knew what the point of this was, so it looks like they are. And so I don't. It's a weird spot. I mean, I'm glad to have level 4 traders back, and I'm glad to be making honestly, I'm kind of glad we got some of that stuff back, but you still can't buy I'm level 45, max traders, whatever, and you can't buy the multi-use. You know how there's heavy bleeds now?
Yeah.
And in order a heavy bleed, you either need to use a single use tourniquet or they have the hemostat pack that's three out of 3. You can't buy those. I can buy level 5 armors and I can craft 855A1, but I can't buy a hemostat. You can't buy serve kits.
Those are probably rarer than like Propital.
Yeah.
And like LEDXs.
It's like we're in a confusing time. We're in a very confusing time right now. And I'm just vibing, bro. We've been having a good time doing like 3-4 hours of Tarkov, 3-4 hours of the finals, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But in terms of like news and like what has changed and where we are within the wipe, at a macro level, it's just even more confusing. What they change, when they change it, what they choose to buff when they say we buff loot. I still need 77 more motors to get generator 3 for the hideout, but like genuinely right now it's probably easier to find a green labs key card than a motor. Like if you have a dorms marked key, you're 100% getting a green key card in 3 uses. But like I've run shoreline scavs like 9 times and I can't find one more motor. Like it's like I don't know, man. I don't know. I almost have to cope that they've just like given up on this wipe because they're focusing on 1.0. Like that's the only thread I have to hold on to is that they just don't care about this because they're super locked in on 1.0.
Yeah, that's the one thing we've learned is that there's always a real justification for some questionable decision. Always.
Yes.
There's never not any possible that ever comes to fruition. Unless like 1.0, maybe 1.0 answers all of it forever.
I think it does.
But you know what the fucking real hardcore wipe should have been?
What?
Remove post-raid healing.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't.
Buff the loot.
Yeah.
Everywhere that it should be logically.
Yep.
Make there be, you open up the med bag in like, room 110 or whatever the fuck in, the sanatorium, and there should be like
5 bandages, 2 tourniquets, a splint, and like a 1% chance of a lead X or whatever, right? Make Kiba have like 7 sick ass guns on the wall. So many so that one person goes in there, they can only grab 2.
Yeah.
So you come in there late, you can grab 2. Someone else, Scav rolls up, there's 1 in there.
Yep.
So remove post-raid healing. Buff the loot where it should be buffed. Make Scav runs. You can only run a Scav. There's 2 ways in which your Scav is like enabled to be used.
Okay.
It's either on a cooldown, like a timer,
Uh-huh.
or all the time if you're below a particular net worth like threshold.
Oh.
If you're fucking poor, you can just run Scav all day. If you want.
Yeah.
The moment you bring back lead X and you sell it, well, now it's like, well, now bitch, you got to do fucking PMC runs until you're out of shit. Like whatever triggers Pratpor to be like, here's a shit, like here's a little
consolation prize.
Make it so that Scavs are turned on all the time, and then make like the Scav run thing be like a 4-hour timer for like everyone else.
Yeah,
you can do like 1 Scav run a day or something, you know, and then remove every item that exists on all traders.
Yeah,
bitch, that's the hardcore wipe.
Yeah,
you go in. So the only reason why I said remove post-raid healing was because without that, if you don't have meds, after you die, you can't even raid, right? Because it's like 9 bleeds, 4 broken bones, and 1 HP in every limb. It's like, what?
Yeah.
You need to be just like, I'm back. Let's reset.
Yeah.
You go in and you're fresh. You're gonna need to find food. You're gonna need to
so are you
find
saying
meds.
leave post-made healing in?
I'm saying remove it from.
Oh, so okay. Remove having to pay for it. Yeah. So every time you die, you're just okay.
Yeah, like make it so with like every other video game in history, when you die, you come back to life
full HP.
Normal.
Yeah. I'm with you.
As opposed to dying and then now you're dead. So
yeah.
It's like what is it fucking? It's a United States healthcare simulator where it's like, oh, you broke a bone, cool. Again, you broke your bone and you knocked yourself out cold and you like cracked your skull. Cool. Against your will, we're gonna put you in an ambulance, which is like $25,000. We're gonna bring you in, do all this stuff, and oh great, now your life's fucked because of bills.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is when you like die, and it's like, cool, you didn't actually die, but you lost all your shit, but actually you are the most possibly mortally wounded person on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Unless you pay 1,100 rubles or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, and this wipe is like 47,000.
Yeah, and it's like why?
I don't know.
You know
I'm with you. No, I'm full with you on. Go back to just spawning at full HP.
Like it's a better feature if you don't do any of that and you just take the money. Just take the money. I would pay.
Yeah.
Don't
I
make
have
me
to do it anyway. Dude, yeah. No, dude, I'm with you, bro. My hardcore wipe would have been no flea. Radical adjustment of what's on the traders, but you leave them unlocked so that you can like quest and progress. And player scav, you can't choose what map you go to. Maybe you can choose 2 maps you don't want to go to, so you can like take away streets, but you can't choose what map you want to go to.
You can like blacklist.
Yeah, you get 2 maps to blacklist. I don't want to go streets. I don't want to go factory. Boom, that's fine. Scavs don't spawn in until until the raid has been live for 15 minutes. Scavs don't spawn in until there's 15 minutes left in the raid, bitch. And then like you said, buff the loot where it should be. Leave the goddamn Bitcoin spawns alone. Buff the freaking gear loot, bruh. I do maintain you should be able to get every type. You should be able to get the cheapest type of every type of med from the traders. Like, you should be able to get a hemostat, a splint, the aniline painkillers. You should be able to buy a CMS. Like, if they don't want the 5 or 3 use CMSs, literally it's like the most insane thing that they don't have a 1-use CMS kit that you just have to buy 5 of.
Yeah.
And then you find a CMS and you're like, oh my God, this is so much better because this is 5 uses. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and Prapor should have an AK-74 with 5.45 fucking
like PS,
like T.
Yeah,
TT. No, it's not.
No,
that's
T
not
isn't
it. Yeah. Like whatever. M855, the fucking equivalent, right?
Yeah.
You can get an M4 and a Beretta.
Yeah.
With 8.55 and 9mm PST.
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck, you know.
Yep. And then
comparable.
you can get an AK or a TT.
There's like archetypal
yes.
AK and a TT.
Yeah.
You can get the basic meds. Here you can get level 2 and maybe 3 armor. There's one version of each. It's a fucking default.
Bro, God, you're making me so excited for this fake thing. If it was like
that's never going to exist.
Yeah, bro. Because like if that was it, man, if that's all the shit that you can get from the traders, like wiping a boss or killing a guy that wiped the boss, finding a class 4 armor in a crate or in a locked room would just go so hard, bro. Oh, it would be so sick. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But thank God we have like 10x insurance and there was no loot behind any of the keys and repairing guns cost 77. Remember 1 week ago today, I told you that they tweeted, they quadrupled or sextupled the amount of money it costs to repair a weapon and to repair your armor. And remember, I told you, I said they tweeted that they buffed the armor repair kit spawn. And I told you in an 8-hour stream, I hadn't found one. I still haven't found one. It's been a week and I play this game as my full-time job. So they 10x the amount it costs to repair armor. Then they nerfed it by half. So it's still like 5x what it used to be. And they buffed the spawns of repair. I haven't found a single one.
You know what they did? When they went to type in the, you know, current spawn chance, and then they were times 10.0 semicolon, and then they hit, you know, Control S and then fucking recompile there. I don't know what the fuck you do for.
Yeah.
The one button, there was fucking Cheetos stuck underneath, some Tushanka stuck underneath. So when he typed 1, nothing happened. And it just typed 0, so it was times 0.
Yeah,
they disabled it without knowing it.
Yeah. But don't worry, you can get some dope ass armor and armor repair kits and guns and ammo from Ref.
Mm-hmm.
So just play arena, man. So I don't know. Once again, macro level, that's how the game is right now, currently. Micro level, I'm just farting around with my friends and then playing the finals for the second half of the stream. We're having a good time. But yeah, so that's Tarkov.
Hell yeah, brother.
What's any updates on the GeoGuessr? Have you ranked up?
I think I might.
I'm the best to ever do it.
No, I think I might be leveling up. We'll see. So I can actually pull up my competitive. Yeah, I got it. I know I got 20 points. Oh, I got overtaken by a guy named Nikita. Oh my god.
Son of a bitch.
Nikita Sazonov Pro.
Okay.
Oh,
and happy birthday.
I can't get away. And happy birthday, yeah. So
oh yeah, because you have to be in the top 10 and only after 10 games, right?
The top 8.
Top 8.
And it's 20 games.
Okay.
20 games, which I didn't
was
realize. Yeah. So out of the 20 games I played, I got 11 wins, slightly better than the 50%, which is basically like where I'm at right now. I'm winning like 11 out of every 20 games I play, basically, which I'm happy with.
Yeah.
So now all of these people, basically, I'm just hoping that all the people in my division don't play the game. Like that nobody else plays the game.
When's the cutoff? 2 days? 3 days.
It's rough. It's rough. But yeah, so this guy's on a 4-win streak. Oh, Monka. Yeah, and you get like 90, so you get 10 points every day on your first win.
Okay.
So I've got that bonus, and then I'm playing every day, just like over the normies who might have a day off because they don't get paid to do this. And then you get like, I think it's 90 points if you win.
Okay.
So basically it's like, you know, there's some perfect score you could get, right? If you win every game, it'd be like 90 times 20 and then plus the number of days, you know, 7 times 10 points a day or whatever the fuck it is. So hopefully I'll rank up to gold 2 and we'll see what it's like in gold 2. We'll see what it's like in Gold 2. I don't know, but I have I mean, I can't. I was gonna say mastered, but fuck, like, like that's just the most laughable thing ever. Right now, when I play, basically like pretty much every country in Africa that's in the game, I'll get. And anyone who watched me today, stay out of the comments. I got most of them right pretty much instantly. No, I mean every now and then there's like a little bit of ambiguity.
Yeah.
And it almost always has to do with what side of the road they're fucking driving on. Because it's a dirt road and there's just a car and it's like, is this and it's just dirt.
Yeah.
And it's like, which is this a right-hand drive country? It's either Rwanda or it's Ghana, and I don't know, you know?
Yeah.
There's so many countries where there's a creepy motherfucking follow car. It's like it's genuinely insane, dude. Let me see if I can pull this up because it's actually wild what it looks like. Okay, come on, Google, come up. What it looks like watching the cars that follow you. It's so bizarre in a way that like you could be anywhere in the world, bro. You turn around, there's a fucking Toyota Sequoia behind you. It's like, why? And I think some of these, you know, maybe like sort of third world countries, I think you just expect to like,
yeah,
you know, like maybe get like accosted or something because you got like really expensive, you know, hardware or whatever.
Yep.
But so let me see, because I can use, there's this this really cool map making app, dude. It's so crazy, like the developers of all of the tools and stuff. Like I think I was talking about how wild it is.
Yeah.
All right, so let's pull this up.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go to Nigeria. Now Nigeria, you almost always have it's almost always a police car behind you.
Yeah. Yep.
I just picked a random thing and it's just a fucking police car.
Yep.
Right? Sometimes it's like a slightly different model. So like we'll come to like this region, we'll click in here. We're in the middle of the city. Let's turn around. Oh wait. That might actually be the car. Pick one more real quick just to get. Oh, actually, I think that's it. So that's the thing. If you don't fucking zoom in, dude, if you're like, okay, where am I? And you just don't pay attention to the car behind you, you'll never know. And like this right here, I know this is a Gen 2 camera. Actually, it might not be. It might not be. Actually, I'm not sure. But there's 4 generations of camera. I'm just learning that. Just learning some basic copyright stuff. But like here, you know, if you didn't have a car behind you, which side of the road are you driving on?
Yeah.
The only way you can know is if you could see the front of the car. Well, which is the front of the car?
Yeah.
It's all blurred out. Sometimes they're driving on the left side of the road because, I don't know, they're crazy and they just feel like it because it's a dirt road and why not? Sometimes they're going around. Dude, sometimes I'm like, every piece of information tells me that this is, you know, Kenya, except they're on the wrong side of the road. But if you look, there's some debris in the road there. So I think technically when this picture was taken, they were going around
some debris. Holy.
It's crazy. It's wild. So then there's that. Then there's, so if you look at Kenya, very often there's a different follow car. This one doesn't have it. But I also know that Kenya has a particular kind of truck, which I now know how to identify the car based on the blur. So like I know what car this is by looking at the shape of the blur.
Okay.
Like that's just the top cab of a pickup truck. And it looks like I'm driving on the left side.
Yeah.
So that's how I know that I'm in this particular place. I may or may not be able to find one. I'll only check like one more just to see. Oh, okay. See, this is what what one of the trucks looks like unblurred. So you can kind of see, you know, blurry. But like sometimes you'll look and there'll be a car there, but other times, Tunisia is like a brand new one I just learned that I get wrong. It's like pretty much the only country. It's harder than you think on a laptop. Tunisia, yeah, it's pretty much the only country that I like consistently am fucking up these days. No coverage found. Okay, let's go here. I think that's the follow card. There's like 3 models of RAV4.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, does it look like Kenya, but it's a RAV4? Oh, okay, well then that's
Maybe it's
Tunisia.
Tunisia. Yeah.
Oh, yep. See, there it is. There's the RAV4. And bro, the number of times I'm like in a country and I'm like, there's a RAV4. I'm like, I thought it was Colombia, but there's a RAV4. So I think I'm in Ghana and it's just a RAV4.
And sometimes a RAV4 is just behind him. Oh, no.
Dude, the number of fucking Toyota SUVs in the world, it blows. It just boggles the mind. It boggles the mind, dude. But yeah, it's so crazy how like the rules for these for Namibia, Botswana, Eswatini, Lesotho, and South Africa. I think it's maybe Lesotho. I got to figure out how it's pronounced. I've only heard gringos pronounce it, so I'm sure it's probably not right. But like, so typically when you're in South Africa, you'll very commonly see a blue car. It's a blue car.
Blue, yep.
So if it looks like it's in Africa, which is it has yellow outer lines, white inner lines, driving on the left side of the road, it's the southern hemisphere, you know, like whatever. Like, I mean, there's just cows.
Yep. Chilling.
If it's a blue car, that'll tell you you're in South Africa. Now, if you see a white car and you see these hills that don't have lots of trees on them, and the landscape is fairly not green, like not super lush, this is a bad example. Or at least, see, it's green, but it's not like
tree,
it's
not foresty.
Yeah, and like that's like indicative of like the Lesotho mountains.
Gotcha.
Now, if you see this exact kind of vibe, what the fuck is this guy? He's chilling.
He's just vibing.
You see this exact vibe, but the hills are covered in trees and there's like a yellowish, like kind of tall grass. Then that means you're almost definitely in Eswatini. Now, see, look, the grass.
Yeah. Trees.
And the trees.
Yep.
Dude, it's so wild how it's like, it's just so crazy. Sometimes, okay, so then if you think you're in South Africa, but you have a white car and it's like full on, like kind of barren wasteland, it's just like totally flat and like, then that's pretty much Botswana. Now, if you have a white truck and it looks like this, you're in Namibia.
Jesus.
And I'm just clicking on random places, and you know, it's like that just shows you how consistent it is. That it's just like, now what's really interesting is that when I'm like, this looks like South Africa, but it has like the hills aren't super grassy, but or they don't have lots of trees, but the land isn't super grassy. I'm like, maybe it's South Africa between the two, and a lot of times it's like, like this is a perfect example. Blue car, but like the Eswatini grass, but like the Lesotho mountains with no trees. So I'm like, that has to be, but dude, it's
somewhere
crazy
in between them.
It's wild how like regional things. Sometimes I'll be looking at signs and I'm like, bro, the architecture's German, but like half of these signs are French, and I don't understand. And it's like Luxembourg is like right between the two countries, and it just works.
Yeah, it's like the more you understand the meta, which is going to be like the most consistent thing in the country. That doesn't mean it's always there. Then you put the two and two together. You're like, well, it's especially when it comes to like nature stuff, because obviously there's no just like hard cutoff where like this is green and that's not. But if you know traditionally Eswatini is flat and traditionally this, and then you find something that feels like it's in between, maybe it's just fucking in between.
Yeah, dude, it's wild. And now, I'm sure it's only going to get harder when I become a gold 2. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's just the same map, just with like harder people.
Yeah.
But like, there's a lot of things that just are like, they just look like this. And you'll look at it, and then you'll hear blink, and you have 15 seconds.
Oh no, brother.
Where are you gonna go? Where is this?
Freaking Colorado.
Japan.
Literally
Japan. the places.
You got to
dude,
start learning a tree species, bruh.
I mean, I don't know the tree species by name, but like these days I'm like this. The number of ones I'm getting right based on vibes.
Yeah,
It's so hard to explain. Is increasing. And it feels good. It feels good when you're like, I can't explain why. I just think this is like southern South Korea.
Yep.
And it is. And you're like, there was that they have like mirrors on the corner, like intersections of the roads. It's like bubble mirrors so you can see if there's cars coming. And I'm like, that was not something I studied explicitly.
Yeah.
And it's just so fascinating how much of the world is so fucking wild. Like all the other places in the world that I've just never seen, I never would have seen, I would have no reason to see. And dude, seeing a place like this.
Yep.
Do you have any idea where that is?
No. Sahara Desert.
Let me ask you this. Where's the Sahara Desert?
Africa.
It's great when you're like, you see a sign for, Bali or whatever, and you're like, it's Bali. Where's fuck is that? And you like, you kind of side-eye chat while you scroll over to like South America and you see them all like facepalm. You're like, Southeast Asia. Like, oh no, like, but so that place you just saw, okay, is like down the road from this place I'm about to show you.
Like down the road from Dubai or something.
Yeah. So it's down the road from here.
Okay.
So it's like already a completely different like landscape, right? Yeah. Which is literally right next to here.
Mm-hmm.
Just another like weird. Now it's like the mixture of before, but now you're in like a city, or like a town, right?
Yep.
And then you go like 5 streets over, and you are in the heart of Dubai. That was a good guess. It's just this, bro. It's just this and like the Burj Khalifa.
Yeah.
Like just to think like, oh, you go a little bit that way, and it's just infinite sand.
Yeah. It's like there's places where, like you were just saying with all those other examples, where you're like, okay, this type of mountain, this type of grass, I'm probably here. But then there's other places where it's like you could be 5 streets over from something that looks the literal polar opposite of what I'm looking at now, and that makes it hard to, Yeah,
then the ones that are like this are legitimately the hardest.
Yeah, certainly.
Like this to me, when I see this, I'm like, this could be Kansas, Oklahoma, Canada, Russia, Poland, fucking Latvia, France, maybe some rural part of like Australia.
Yeah.
You're like, where is this? Well, I have no idea, right?
Yep.
Like in this particular case, I have no idea. This one happens to be in like the middle of Canada.
Classic.
But then this.
Yep.
So this has white outer lines, yellow inner line, which is like, oh, okay, North America.
Yep. Nope. Oh, okay. Is this Russia?
As far into Russia as you like. Dude, and it's just crazy how different.
What?
Every now and then you're playing GeoGuessr and you get something like this.
What is this?
I'm sure it's like some fucking ice museum or some shit. I don't know, dude. I think I might have just discovered some new archaeological.
Yo, what the?
I don't know, man. There's a whole inside like GeoGuessr, like figure out which mall you're in, and like some people are like incredibly good.
Oh, that's insane.
But yeah, I mean, it's like, tell me that's just not Canada.
Bro, yeah.
I mean, that's not just like
100%.
Vermont, you know?
100%.
And if there's no cars,
Yep.
and that's the other thing too. So look at the center line, right? It's yellow.
Yep.
Yeah. What color is that center line?
White.
That's just the sun.
Oh,
The sun
yeah.
is washing it out.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive that it's just the sun overexposing it. I don't think. I mean, unless maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't
like
think
it just
so.
changes, but I don't know.
It might. And these are the things where it's like, I don't know. Is this something that you have to ask yourself? Like, is this a thing that exists in the world that is like you have to add to your? Sometimes in Russia, they just switch up the line color in the middle of the road.
Yeah,
that might be like misinformation if you're reading the exposed, visual wrong or whatever. So I've got 4 quick clips as a little bit of an update, and I'll show these. Some of these are pretty funny, and some of these are topical.
Okay.
What are you thinking right now?
Dude, I mean, especially after what we just talked about, I have no idea. This could literally be anywhere in the world.
Does it remind you of anything, though?
I don't know. I mean, maybe like, I don't know, like Russian or European, but not Africa is what my brain says, but it's probably Nigeria or something.
Tell me this doesn't look like fucking Reserve. Like the building with the windows like the you bunkers. Can jump into.
Yeah, with the,
and then there's the building here
Mark
with
room
the
is in
wall.
there. Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is fucking Reserve. Like,
that's funny.
I literally look. I just thought it was so funny. I'm like, hey, what the fuck? It even has like this door that you go in, right? Because there's that little office on the left-hand side. Sometimes I'm like, legitimately, I see these places and I'm like, yo, is this like
Imagine you plop GeoGuessr down on the sanatorium that resort is based off of. That'd be so crazy. I mean, not that I would know where that is other than in Russia, but
yeah, true. I wouldn't either. That's a good point. Now, this was another really cool one too, because this was like, I felt like I'm in another video game, dude. Tell me that this doesn't look like every DayZ.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I was like, is there like a specific like Metal Gear Solid or Tomb Raider? Yeah. This looks like the Rust Factory or like every DayZ. Yeah. Like big factory. 100%.
Just with the broken down, dude
with like the broken down blue, that shade of blue. Oh my god.
That's like a Unity asset in real life, bro.
Yeah. Where was this?
Tell me it's not. Tell me there's not like. Where was this?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Dude, a Unity asset in real life is so true.
Oh, yeah. My meta right now is if it's Russia, I just guess Chelyabinsk because it's basically in the middle of this massive thing that's like the size of the earth. And I'm right 10% of the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's Ukraine, sometimes it's Chicago, and sometimes it's the other side of Russia.
Chelyabinsk. Okay. Dude, that's so great.
Okay. I'm going to show that one last. This was a pretty cool one, dude. I'm telling you, I can't wait. I want to travel around the world and see some of these places in real life.
Okay, this is the peer extract on Shoreline.
What the fuck? I look at the bird, like the bird's like, I know this species of bird. Oh, I gotta zoom in just in case it's got like a fucking Oakland Raiders hat on. Bro.
Boats. What the I didn't even know these were the Faroe Islands. Don't.
If he hadn't guessed, I would have gotten.
That's insane.
I would have gotten it. It's only 4 miles away, dude.
No.
This country did not exist to me
That's
a month ago.
insane.
I couldn't point to the Canadian flag in a lineup of 4 flags a month ago, and I just, dude, it's just so
That's
it's so
insane.
mind blowing.
Yeah,
because like it's not, like if any of you guys find this remotely interesting, like you could do this. Like it's
that's
really
so
not
wild.
it's really not crazy. You just learn so much and you get to explore, dude. Like I genuinely almost feel like I'm fucking sightseeing. But yeah, so the Faroe Islands, I guess, are between Norway, UK, and like Iceland.
Damn.
And I just, my logic was, this looks like Iceland and kind of like Norway.
Yeah.
But this truck with the bars, remember I've shown you that before? There's the one that has like the tape on the bars.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not a truck, it's a car.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this, I've never seen this in any of those countries. And sometimes you see like a red truck. And I'm like, so maybe it's that crazy island that I've seen a few times I've never gotten right.
Yeah.
So like another example is and I've been getting this right, and this is like won me games, knowing that the US Virgin Islands, the southern one, it's a red truck.
Dang. Yeah.
I see the red truck, I insta-pick Virgin Islands. The US Virgin Islands, not the British Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
The British Virgin Islands, there's like one road with coverage.
And it's a white.
It's this like white SUV. Or there's some others. There's another that I've seen. I forget. Actually, maybe I've only seen this like blurred before. But dude, and then the Dominican Republic, it's the same thing except you can see the rubber in between the rails of the roof rack. Okay, this is not it. So there's like unofficial coverage and there's official coverage.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. Hello, please.
No coverage of this location.
I don't have the vision to like click appropriately. Okay, see, that's literally a person.
That's crazy.
Like, so that's like unofficial coverage. I don't know how they even like get that like uploaded. But come on now. I'm gonna find this if it's the last thing I do. Find an example of what I'm talking about here. Okay, here's.
Oh.
You can see the rubber. It's usually empty on every other car in the world. And like I have to come up with mnemonics for like, okay, the rubber dominates the railing. Oh, Dominican Republic. Like that's the shit
Dominican Rubber Republic.
Dude, yeah, because there's like 8 billion factoids, and I need a way, you need a way to remember that, like, if you're in South America and it's a white car, okay, well then it's going to be Peru, Bolivia, or Chile. If it's all white lines or all yellow lines, which is like a total debate because normally it's the same lines as North America, then it's going to be Chile. If it's a black car, it can be Peru, Bolivia, or Uruguay. Like Uruguay is almost definitely going to be a black car.
Yep.
It's just so crazy, and it's just all meta information too.
Yeah,
like it's the most. Yeah. Some of it is so useless, but some of it is like actually really interesting.
For sure.
All right, so let's. Oh, here's a good one.
Oh no, that's great.
She's like holding her dog. I don't know what the fuck happened there.
What's so funny about that too is like, you just did that. You didn't crash. There was no one else. Like you're in the most. You just freaking drove into a ditch, bro.
Yeah. Good luck. Good luck trying to put any blame on anyone else.
That's
okay. So this dude, this hurts my brain, and I still don't exactly know. I have like an idea, sort of conceptually, what it is here that we're dealing with, but I can't like wrap my head around the optics of it. Like they look. So like, here, let me see. Okay, so if you just look at the road here, right?
Yeah.
How, like, see the grass, right?
Yeah.
what'd you think? The grass is like what, like 10 feet?
Yeah,
10
yeah,
feet or
yeah.
something? Which, and then you think that like this right here was just like a bike trail.
Like a trail,
yeah?
yep.
And like this right here has to be like, I don't know what, like one car length over, one car length in front of you.
Oh,
Kind
oh
of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So then why? Explain to me why they're miniature.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I'm like, what's going on? Am I like 500 feet in the air? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, look, they're like,
yeah. It genuinely looks like they're like 10 feet away,
and they're just
40 feet away, or 100 feet away.
yeah. I like don't know. I haven't been able to like wrap
That's
my
got
head
to be
around
like
exactly.
a defilade or something, and there's like a 14-foot drop, and then it's just like the way it looks.
Yeah, I mean, it could be the camera, like, because what they're making like a sphere of images.
Yeah.
Right. It's just a bunch of static images. But it's just so wild because it's like looking at it, you know, like from this perspective, they just like what?
Yeah.
Why are they a doll?
If you're just a camera on top of the car, why are they so tiny?
Yeah, like why is this like this is fine? This looks like it would go up to like your shin, you know, like almost to your knee kind of thing. So then why are they're like 5 feet away from it? Why are they? I kind of don't understand. Oh, and this is my favorite. You should have seen the evolution of this.
Yeah. I've seen a few versions in the clips you've sent over the past couple of weeks.
And bro, you know how many people, and genuinely, like people won't believe me, but genuinely there are people who are totally well-meaning who just come in and they guess. And it's and I've had like this like 3 times the size. Like it used to come out to like here. And people come in and they guess, and I'm like, am I being like, are you trolling, right? Am I being fucking gaslit? Or is there, what do I need to do to make it like, there's got to be a way that's like foolproof, you know, where like only trolls would come in and say like, this is Norway or whatever, right? But like, there are genuinely well-meaning people
that just don't look at the screen.
Don't look at the title. They don't respond to commands. They don't look at the screen. You know, I've tried white text on black background, red text, fucking yellow text.
The only thing I could think is like, do you have like a stream deck?
Yes.
The only thing I could think is every time you start a new round, you press a button on your stream deck and that pops up in the literal like XY middle of the screen. It would only be for them, not you. And then when you lock in your guess, you just press a button on the stream deck and it pops over there. It's just like 2 and it alternates them.
See, that might solve the problem, but then it makes it like the stream unwatchable.
Yes, but it's like that. But that's what I'm saying. That's like the only way. It's like XY coordinates in the middle.
Dude, it's you will never understand how hard it is to communicate something to someone who doesn't know what you're trying to communicate to them until you try to put a fucking sign like that up. Because it used to be, fuck, I don't remember what it was like a couple of weeks ago. It was like, I'm gonna have to like find what the message was, because it just wasn't like you could read it in a way that was a completely different interpretation.
Oh,
and it took me being like after the 9th person came in, and I'm like, I have to take them seriously, right? Because I've been gaslit by the internet to just assume that anyone who does anything remotely questionable, they're just fucking with you, bro, right?
Yeah.
They're just a troll. Most of the time it's just not that simple, man. Like, so let me see. Yeah, here was an older version, which wasn't as effective.
No guessing countries until I lock in my guess. I mean, did they think that meant you weren't guessing countries until you?
They're like, oh, cool, he's doing some kind of challenge that he can't guess it without actually parsing the grammar and logic of what that means. I can't guess until I guess. Right? Like, they don't think about it. They read it and they go, oh, okay, there must be some kind of challenge. I wonder. Okay, cool. And then they come in and go, oh, yeah, it's Japan. It's like, you can be like a reasonably intelligent person who means well and isn't trying to troll and just here to have fun and being cool, right? And still, like, do the most annoying thing.
Yep.
And it's annoying because, like,
it's either the right answer, and now I can't use it.
Yep.
Because I don't ever want to be accused of cheating.
Yep.
I don't want to have someone come in here that I beat and look in chat and see that there's a bunch of right answers, right?
Yep.
Like I just don't want. I want to avoid that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then the moment one person does it, well, then the other people who are like, "Oh, cool, we're playing a game now." It's a crowdsourcing the thing. Then they start doing it, so it's like
Yep.
this never ending battle.
I mean, I know how you feel, man. Every single wipe when the patch isn't up yet, I have a scene where like my game goes a little bit smaller. I get chat on the left or whatever, and I put at the top, Tarkov is still down. I put at the bottom, big text. I do not know when it's going to be up. Pin message, Tarkov is still down. I don't know when it's going to be up. Stream title, wipe day, Tarkov is down. Not sure when it's going to be up. Hey, does anybody know when the patch is going to be up? Is Tarkov still down? And I'm like, dude, you can lead a horse to water, but like,
they come in, they don't look at the screen, they instantly hit pause, mute, they look in chat,
insane.
and they just at the bottom of the chat, it's the equivalent of
the stream without reading the stream title. You put your mouse cursor on chat without reading the pinned message, and you typed it without looking at the screen once. It's insanity.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of walking backwards, like on the phone into every room, like through the door, and they're just being like, "Hey guys, what's up?" and saying some like super controversial thing that would only be an inside joke with your friends, but would be like super offensive to everyone else. You just walk in, you say the thing, and you turn around, and you see it's like a room full of elderly women, and
and then you're like, "Oh, I didn't know," and it's like, well,
yeah, I honestly I just didn't know. It's like yeah, but
yeah, dude. Oh my god. Yep. Well, that's sick, man. I freaking love it. I love it.
Dude, it's infinite. It's just infinite. And they just came out with new DLC.
Oh shit.
Nepal.
Oh.
Remember how we were talking about how there's no Nepal before, but
yep.
Bhutan was like the country. Well, now there's Nepal, so fuck me, I got to learn Nepal. So now there's a whole like bunch of new metas that all the pros are like having to learn to like not only identify the country, but region specific. That's when things get crazy.
Yeah.
Where you're like, this particular kind of concrete is common in these 4 like tiny blob subregions where you have to know the name of like the towns. And dude, it's crazy.
Bruh.
There's 3 flies in the upper left-hand corner of the Google camera on the northwest corner of the 3rd biggest city in Brazil.
Yeah.
And you learn that for the one time you see that.
In like 100 games. Yeah. Holy. That's sick though, man. That's it's just like, it's sick that you're stoked about it and you're getting better, and it's like, I love it, man. I love it.
It's really awesome when people come in and they're like, I hear you talking about this on the podcast. I gotta see, and they're like, this is incredible. How did you know? And I get to be like, look at the fucking white front of the car. It has tape on it, bro. Like, they get to go like, what? You know, it's so much fun just like seeing people have their mind blown like I did a month ago.
Yeah. Yeah. That's sick. Oh, that's epic. That's epic. Well, cool. Thank you guys. Thank you, fam, for hanging out. W episode. You're gonna be on that GeoGuessr grind. I'm gonna be on that Battlefield grind, having a good time. Thank you so much to Ridge and to Chubbies for sponsoring this episode. If you want even more podcast content, you can go to patreon.com/thepogcastpod. You can get early ad-free access to these episodes. You can get additional episodes we do every week. And
we should have said this at the beginning.
We really should have. We're so dumb.
Can we need to you edit this into the intro as the as like the fucking cold intro.
Veritas returns to Tarkov for the podcast. Patreon. Subscribe to the Patreon. Yes,
once a week. I am going to do at least one group raid with Jesse in Tarkov starting Monday. I'm doing it only for the Patreon people.
Yep.
Okay. If you want to see me play the first time in 2.5 years, see the new Tarkov, see how bad I'm going to be.
Yep.
How washed and old I am, then sign up for the Patreon.
It's going to be hilarious. So
even my mental health has a price.
Yeah. So thank you guys for hanging. Thank you for being here. And we will definitely see y'all on the next one.
Keep your car out of the ditch.
Keep your car out of the ditch.